All right, good morning. So I want to teach you the basic steps of producing some of the maps that I'm going to be needing you to be doing often. And one of them is this that is contained in this report. This is the geologic map of the area, something like this. And we have this other one, which is the location map. So these two maps basically are what we are going to be creating. So let's cut right to the chase, and we'll launch ArcGIS Pro. It's my preferred GIS software for this particular issue. I use different software, different GIS software for different projects. So depending on the need, I will apply some to anyone. And remember, I actually gave you a license to this. So we are going to be creating a new project. So we click on this place. I'm sure before now, you must have created your own folder and everything. And this, I will name it something like this. So you are going to name it something that is meaningful. And we click on this folder button here. So I have to navigate to where I want it to be housed, because most times you are going to be sharing a whole folder. So you make a new folder for each project that you are doing, because whenever I ask for that folder, whenever I ask for any work that I need, you have done for me, I need the folder. So, and this is stored, this is ArcGIS. Okay, I need it to be in this ArcGIS folder, and the name of the project is Arkin3, and I want it to create a folder for this local project. Remember, you're going to be sharing the folder. We click on OK. So it will now create the necessary files that we need to successfully run this project. And while it is opening, there are some other files that you need. I will send them, and I will give you the instructions on how to effectively use them. But it's not really necessary, because it's going to make this video unusually long. And what we are going to do is to do what is necessary. So it's showing, okay, let me change this view. This view may not be what you'll be seeing. We have this, and let's see this other view. We have this content view. Okay, so this is first and foremost, before you proceed, I will want you to always have some of these folders available. Although I've had mine, if you look at this folder here, I have these mapping tools already here. So for each new project, it's automatically added, because I have some of the folders and files that I use here. So how are you going to do that? You can just go to this catalog view here. Once you're in the catalog view, you navigate to where the folder is. For example, mine, I have it here, mapping tools here. So what you're going to do, let's assume you are going to use this one. You right click here and say add to favorites, then add to new projects. You click these two, add to favorites and add to new projects. So you always have those folder. And if I show you these mapping tools and I right click, you will see that these are grayed out actually, because I have done it before. So we are going to leave this area and then concentrate on this map. So the first thing we are going to do is to rename this, because we are going to be having a series of maps, and this is just the want to create the location map, and I want our display units to be in degrees, minutes, and seconds. And for here, we are going to be working with WGS 84 zone 31. Although before now I've made this my favorite, but how do you get it? You will go to, let's minimize this. You go to projected coordinate system. You will go to UTM. Then you go to WGS 84. Go to Northern Hemisphere and choose zone 31 north. And while you're here, you just right click on it and click on add to favorites. So next time you are here, you don't need to come through this route again. You now click apply and now click OK. So this my project is now referencing WGS 84 UTM zone 31 north. And the other thing that we're going to do is to add data, but we are going to be adding XY table to points. But you can still do it in several ways, but we are using this XY table to point. That is what we want to do at this moment. And of course, you can change the base maps. We are going to get there very soon. So once it is loading here, okay, before it loads, let me close this. Before it loads, there is something I forgot. You go to this insert here and add folder. This is a temporary folder just specifically for this particular work. And I'm going to add Arcane third. I'm going to just to add the ArcGIS folder. Let me just add this. So in that case, I have these folders here. I have the Arcane 3, which is the project folder. This other folder that I've added manually now, and this one that is permanently added, because anytime I create my new project, it automatically adds it to the new project. So let's go back to this place, and it's XY table to point, but it's a geoprocessing tool. So even if you don't see it, you can always search on this geoprocessing tool. So we are going to navigate to where we have the table here. So I'm going to go back to the folders. Yeah. Okay, I have it here in the shapefile. So you know how, of course, you have done your own. And okay, I already created this, so I don't need to. Okay, but then again, let me just teach you. And this outer summaries.csv, that is the file, and that particular file is, let's just go back and see the file structure, and let's go back here, and it is here. That is outer.csv, outer summary.csv. So this is the file. These things take time to load because they have to do some other things. So, and this is just we have the ID, and we have the XY coordinates, and it's in UTM zone 31, although it's not written here. But of course, whenever anyone sends you these coordinates, they have to specify which projected coordinate system, or the geographic, or generally the coordinate reference system that you have it on. So, and so let's get back to this place. So we have the outer summary. Automatically it names it, so I wouldn't even change this name because I'm going to remove it very soon. So remember, this coordinate system here will give you, although the current map has it, but you can always search for it. You can choose this one because we already set our map to be that, or you can go to this globe here and go to your favorites and now click on it, and now click OK. Then click on run, and that will put that particular shapefile here. So we have this summary here. So what we're going to do, we are going to create a shapefile. Let me just run through creating a shapefile for you. I'm sure you really know how to do that, but suffice it to assume that you do not have it. So we'll go back here, and we go to catalog here. And of course, you can always enable those things here. You can go to the catalog pane, and it will bring you to this place. So you go to our catalog here, and this is our project folder. We want to put it in this database. So you just right click here, click on new, and click on feature class. And the feature class we want to create is the outer bounds. And let's try your best never to give space to your name, except this alias, but the name should not have a space. We want it to be a polygon. Next, we want to have a field name. Let's just call it ID, and it's going to be a text format. And we go to the next. It's already in this particular coordinate reference. The special reference is pointing to that already. We click on next, next, next to the end of the world, and click on finish. Now we have created that, so it is time for us now to edit it. So we'll go to edit here and click on create. So we're going to create this outer bounds. We just click it, And some of these settings are done here, but whenever you have challenges, I can go through that because we will not be able to do that because of time. Click on here, just click, and where is the other one? Click, it snaps onto these points. You click here, and when you want to finish, you just double click to finish, and click on this check mark here. It's finished. Click on save, and you can clear because we have this highlighted. You can just click on clear here. So we can zoom to layer here, and we can remove this because it no longer serves our purpose. Let's style this. Click on this place to modify it. We can just click on this one. So we have created the border of our work, and that is representing the border. So remember, we want to create a location map. So we need some more information here, especially for that of the settlements. So we click on here, and let's go back to this map here. So we click on add data, and so for that data, we have our folders here. I'm getting it from the mapping tools. Remember, I told you this is for the name I have here. So I've loaded that. Now what we are going to do, we are going to make this to conform to this particular, we are going to clip it so that only this area has got the names that we require, because the names we have here is for that of the whole of Nigeria. So, and we go to our geoprocessing tools. It's down here, and we search for clip. Goes in data management, and it's so we clip layer, because we have clip raster. What we want to use is clip layer. The input layer is this. The clip layer is this outer bounds, and we give it a meaningful name. For here, I will give it something like grid 3 settlements, because we are going to still edit this. And if you want to set some of your environment, maybe the output coordinate system, if you want to change it, and if you want to define a particular extent, of course, we have defined this, so it doesn't change anything. But if you want to change the coordinate system, let's change it. We are using the coordinate system for this outer bounds here. So we click on run. So that will transform this data from the coordinate system that this one was made in into this for this zone 31 north. And once it is done, we'll have it. It takes time, especially for the first geoprocessing tools that you learn. It has to load some of the modules and Python modules and all that thing that it needs to run. So it takes time for the first run, but thereafter, whenever you do any geoprocessing, it doesn't take that much long if they are in the same category, because right now it's loading a lot of things that it needs to perform its work. But then after this, it will load it to memory. If you can see, I say running Spark job, because it's trying to load this Spark module to actually run. It's actually a very fast routine. But just after now, whenever you want to do any similar geoprocessing, the speed will be increased, because you don't need to load some of these things afresh. So because this one has served its purpose, we'll now remove it. Okay, so if we go click on this place and click on this feature layer, labeling, we'll click on label here, and we want to label it using the settlement name. So it's going to label using the settlement name. Okay, now we can see that these things are kind of too clustered here. If we label this and want to use it for our project, let us put up this so that our processing speed will be faster a little bit, because it doesn't have to be loading these maps always. So we can see there are too many villages here. So in order to make our work neat, we just need to load a percentage of these particular names here. So what we do is we go back to this place, to geoprocessing tool, and you click on subsets. We want to subset this data, and so we want to do subset features. And what do you want to subset? The input feature is this grid 3 settlement, and the output training is this, and the testing is this. And we actually will name this settlement. That is the settlement that we will finally use. And we just put this one as test, just to have something, but we don't need it. So it says percentage of input. I just need 10% of the whole input. It will select this input at random and give us a name that is a subset of this particular feature class that is here. So in that case, we will have to be neat, because we don't need all the names. As this is the regional work, we are not really bothered. We just have to have some names there. So we would check this off and check this off. So we have the settlement, and this is how it is, although it still looks too plenty. So what we're going to do, we're going to manually edit them now to remove, we have to open the attribute layer and manually remove some that may be stopping us from doing smooth. So I will pause the video in order not for it to make it long. But okay, before I pause, I want to show you how to just go to this map here and go to select by rectangle or something. So for example, this one here, okay, let's put up this clear. Let's put up this. So we just zoom into this place. Okay, let's remove this, and you can press delete. So that is how you do all. So let me just do so many things and come back. All right, so we are back now, and I've got what I actually need. So we'll proceed from here. So the next thing that we are going to add, okay, I have to save all pending edits. I have to go to edit and make sure everything is saved. Okay, everything is saved. So the next thing that we're going to do here is to add some other maps that we're going to use, because it's a location map. Let me show you again. We have this Nigeria, we have the states which it's from. So, but first of all, we have to determine the states. So we go to map again, and no, it's insert rather. Insert new map, and we insert a new map. So for this map, we'll have to name it Nigeria. We have to name it Nigeria. We don't really have to do anything here because it's just for visual purposes. And then we have to add the shapefile of Nigeria. How do we do that? We go to this place, we go to add data, and we are in our folder. We have the mapping tools folder. We have the Nigeria. Of course, like I said, I'm going to send you some of these shapefiles that you're going to use. Again, let us click on this place and choose this as a profile. And so this is Nigeria. How do we know which states this thing is from? Let's go here. Let's label in state name. Okay, we click on this label key here. So we have this states label here. So let us go to this location here and let us copy this. Let's copy this and paste it here. You click on this Nigeria here, this map frame here, and click on paste. So we have this. So you can see that this place is actually around this place here in Oyo, Ogun. So we have, this is Ogun State. It's not only Ogun State, it enters into Oyo State again. So we have two states intersecting this study area. So what we're going to do, we are going to right click on this place and open attribute table. We have two states, Oyo and Ogun states. Let us click here and right click. Let's sort ascending so that it will be easier for us to find. So we click on Ogun State. Ogun State. Okay, so this is Ogun State, and this is Oyo State. So let us first of all export no, it's Oyo. Okay, Ogun. So let us first of all export Ogun State. So once you have highlighted this, you have selected this here, come to this place, right click and go to data and go to export features. And in the export features, you see this is checked. Use selected one record. That's what we want to use. And we click on this place and name it. What we're going to name it is, this is which state again? Ogun. Let's be sure. Let's move this to the side. Yes, it's Ogun State. So you just name it as Ogun State. Right. Click on OK. And that does it for Ogun State. Let's we have this other one is Oyo. So let's select Oyo here again to this place, right click, data, export features, and we'll name this one as Oyo State. Okay, so we have what we need now. So we can come to this map here and click on clear here to clear it, or we can click on clear here to clear it. Any one of them works fine. So clear, and so we have these two states here. So we need not stay here. So what we're going to do is we're going to, like if we put off this, for example, we have these two states only as the states that we're interested in. And so we copy these two. Okay, we create another map. Let's go to insert new map. We create that of states now. So we are creating for states. All right, sorry, I had a distraction. So we have to name this one states. And okay, we don't need all this except when we need some. This one is just okay, yeah, because we just need them for visual purposes. So we come back to this Nigeria and copy these two states. Copy these two states and right click. This thing is appearing here because my internet access just got bad. Let me reconnect. I'm reconnecting now to soon show. And let's right click here and paste. So we have these two states here. So that's for the states. We are going now to create the map that we require. Of course, we have to put the base maps that are required. For large areas like this, I usually use this base map, but you can use any one that works for you. But for the purposes of our work, it says no base map available. Because I lost connection, let me reconnect. Let me reconnect. Okay, I'm back. My internet connection got bad. I mean, you need to be on the internet to actually do this. So I'm going to change my base map. I'm having a challenge here. I'm going to change my base map. A bee wants to sting me. Unfortunately, I've overcome it. So we were using this terrain with labels for this one. And for the map of Nigeria, I'm going to be using this other one. I'm not using this, so I'll change this base map to National Geography. I mean, it's just something that suits your preference. Whatever you want to do, you are very, very free to do that. So we'll continue. So now that it has updated, so it's now time for us to create our location map because we have all that is required. And so what we're going to do is we have to insert a new map frame, new layout rather. And I usually use this A3 ISO landscape. And I have to name it properly again in order to keep things in order. I like really making my workspace good. So I will name this as location layout because sometimes you have lots of layouts and you kind of mix them up. So Once you have created this, you go click on this map frame, and the one we're interested in is creating is Nigeria. We click on this place, give it its own box, a little piece here of the real estate, and this map frame we have to name it. Like I said, I like keeping things very organized. I will name it Nigeria, and for that Nigeria, I have to zoom into this place, zoom to layer, zoom to layer. Yep, and it's not highlighted, so I'm going to highlight this. I've zoomed it to layer. Don't worry, we're going to do some housekeeping very soon. So the next thing, I'm going to add another map frame, and that is for the states. And we create another little piece of box for it here. And then again, here I have to name it states. So in order to keep things very tidy, I've forgotten how to spell states. All right. So we name it states here. Again, we can click on these two and zoom to layer. So we have the states here. And the third map frame that we're going to create is that of the location. And we create that of the location here. Okay, I think this does it. And again, we have to zoom to layer. Here, zoom to layer. So in essence, once this particular map frame is selected, let me just quickly name this. So once these things are selected, what we are going to do is to try and give it appropriate scales, like it's saying here 270. So if we do something like 250,000, 250, 1, 2, 3, we get something much more reasonable than the other one. So we click and drag this a little bit, but then we do not really need to do this most times. So what I do is that I double click on this place and this map frame area and click here, and let me set the constraint to fixed extent, and I will choose this extent of outer bounds. Oh, it is well beyond the size of the paper, so we need a bigger paper size. So let's go to this paper layout. Let us change the layout. Size, let's do A2. It's still not working, so let's take back the size to A3. It doesn't matter. Let's take it back to A3, and let's not use this fixed extent. Maybe when we are using only one map, let's click on none. Maybe when we're using only one map, we'll be able to do that. So we're not using any fixed extent anymore. So we'll click, okay, let's delete this. Let's come back again. And let's go to insert map frame location. Let's just do this here and use 250,000 for all intents and purposes. 250, sometimes these things don't work the way we planned them to. So you see it's kind of in one particular corner here. So what we are going to do is to click on this layout and click on activate. Here you can now move this one that is inside, because other ones will be inactivated. So you click on here and just drag it to the extent that you require. So once you are done, you can just click close. So we drag this here a little bit. So it's okay, we can go to layout again, go to activate. Let's drag this to this side, click on close. So we come back, drag this a little bit so that we'll be able to appropriately. Okay, I think that does it. It's okay. Okay, so for this now, now add some elements here. Okay, but before then, let us kind of make this a little bit very visible. Let's go to that of Nigeria. You click it to activate it. And for Oyo, let's make it a little bit thicker instead of making it red. People get offensive sometimes. I mean, it gets kind of offensive when it is red. So we are going to increase this, increase Ogun to I think the 3 will be okay. So we're increasing it just to show that it is here. And this part here for the states, let's just increase it to 2. You know, we did 3 for the other one. Let's do 2 so that it will highlight more. Let's do 2 again so that it will highlight more. So this is the state we're dealing with. But then the location is not showing here. So we can copy this and paste it into states. Let's go here. Let's paste it into states. Okay. Let's even make this thicker, like 4 to 5 to stand out. Let's make it 5 so that it will stand out. Yeah, I think I prefer this. So it's now standing out. so we have all that we need, and let us still copy this, copy and paste it in Nigeria. So let's remove this one we have. So we now have something like this. This is showing here, this is showing here, and this is the final thing that we are going to use. So for this naming here, I usually use this naming. We go to labeling. I do this populated place here and make it 12. That's the way I like naming mine. Okay, so remember, we go click this down arrow, choose the populated place, and then make it 12 points. Okay, and usually for this particular place, this didn't we name this? I thought we named it. Oh, I thought we named the location. You know, it's not confused here. That's why I like keeping things very neat. Okay, so we can remove this one. Yes, it doesn't serve our purposes. So we put on a grid. Naturally, I've created and saved a particular one, but then that is another time. You can, once you are okay with any type of grid, you can always save it to a star, but it will take our time if I want to do that now. But suffice it to say that this is the grid that we have created. As you can see, the interval is too fine. So if we click on this place, on this grid, we go to this particular place and we are looking at label. So let us use 3 interval and see how it goes. Still too much. Let's use 5 degrees, 5 minutes interval. I think this is far better. 5 minutes interval. So we have this sync value here, it's automatic. We have all these things that you can still play around with and the grid lines, but this is not the time. Remember, from here we didn't put a base map here. So let us choose, okay, this what topographic base map is okay. It's not bad. Let's choose it. So we have all these, and if you want to make it uniform, some people like doing that. So let's do that for these two so that it will be uniform for states. Let's use what topographic base map. Let's use what topographic for all of them. Let's use what topography for all of them. Sometimes too many styles may just affect the whole thing you may just want to do. And let's just use what topographic base map for all of them to ensure uniformity. So something like this. And basically, all right, a map should have 4 things. The not a row. So sometimes not very, very important. And then the scale bar. I've already have my scale bar here. Remember, whenever you want to put this scale bar, make sure that the map frame that you're interested in is checked and highlighted, so you don't go and be putting a scale for another place. If we zoom into this thing, we can actually reduce this one to something meaningful. Let's do 10 kilometers. Okay, this is 8. This is 8. Let's do 10. And let's go to design here and reduce, make this 5. Yes, and I think that works fine. The subdivision. Okay. Maybe let's just use this. Let's not start it too much, but then you can play around with it and see what works for you. Let's go back. And so we have the scale, we have the name. So what we are going to do now is to put some lines. So we'll go to this place. No, not just ordinary line. Let's use an arrow. We'll use an arrow. We start from here. Just zoom in very well so that you get the edge. You start from here. Zoom out and double click here. And again, do same. Pick this again. Go to this side. Start from here. And go back down. And double click here. And again, we will start from here. We'll pick this tool again. Start from here. This is where it starts from. Let's say, okay, yeah, coming in here to this state. All right. So, and let's just name these ones here. Let's add some texts. Okay. Before then, before the text that we're going to add. Okay, let's just add it here. This text is small, so you can come here and edit the text. This is Ogun and Oyo states. So let's make the text maybe 18 and let's make it bold. So I actually want to bring this map down a little bit, but before that, now that I've clicked it, this is 12 million. Let's make it 12 million. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, better. This, let's see. This is, let's make this in 3 million. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think all is looking well. Let's adjust this a little. Okay. I think all is looking well now. So let's copy this, Control C, and let us paste it here. So it will come here. So we'll name this Nigeria. Oh, Control Z. Control Z. Double click on this. So let's name this Nigeria. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's come in a little bit, drag this in the middle here. Okay. And let's paste this again here. And drag this. So, but now we need to bring this down a little bit. Bring this down a little bit. So we have to adjust this a little. Adjust this a little. Then adjust this a little. Okay. So let's adjust this a little. and name this let's say study area. So let's bring this to the middle here. So I guess that does it for the location map. We have the names of the areas. We have these. So what we're going to do, we are going to share, go to export layout, and let's go to the folder, and this is Akin 3, and let us make a new folder that will be our maps, and open it on this location layout here. Let's uncheck this, make it 500 dpi, click on export. So that will export the location map. I mean, that's basically how to create the location map that I like and that I like working with. And this is just the basics, and you can seriously improve upon it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I think it's recording. All right. So now that it has finished exporting, we check it out. We click on that place, and this is what we have got. But then let's do some housekeeping. I love housekeeping. I really love housekeeping. So let's drag this to this side, drag this to this side, bring this down a little bit, take this up a little bit, and we will click on save. And that is the final version of our location map. So the next video will be dealing with the geologic map here. So thank you.